Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another Let's Play with author J.P.Edgar, where this individual, this guy with the face and the dumb and the smooth brain and all that jazz is going to play some games he hasn't really played before. And today we're going to continue our journey with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, getting out of the beach area, hopefully, but on the PS5. So without wasting any more time, let's get going. Let's get going. All right, so how you doing today, chat? How are you doing? And I've been really busy this week. I've been really busy. I've been out of town. I probably talked about this a little bit on Monday, but we had a co-op on Monday. Who do the lurk? I had an event this weekend, so I've been out of town all weekend. So I'll talk about the event here in a few minutes. But yeah, I had an event, so I was out of town all weekend. And I got back Sunday night. Monday I had a stream, but we did a co-op with Merlin, Salty, and Jedith, and we played that for like 4 hours or something like that. Oh, it was so long. But it was fun. It was enjoyable. I don't know if I actually had the opportunity to discuss and talk about things. So, if you're in Twitch, you notice that I posted a lot of emotes. Those are all the emotes I currently have built for Twitch. Let's see, oh my god, there's a new one? How do I have that one? Okay, well, let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Why don't you have that one? Because I may have it set up to where it's like you need to have like a certain tier or something like that. I don't know, because I only have so many slots. I'm going to be lurking in here. All right, are you going to do the lurk? Are you going to lurk? Let's see, view rewards, emotes. Let's see, I have 5 standard emotes for followers. That's going to be cute, neutral, smile, sad, and high. Then I have subscriber emotes. Tier 1 has cry, cool, angry, think, and popcorn. Those are the standard emotes. Then we have 5 animated emotes, which is laugh, shock, play, scared, and food. And you've used food a lot. I think that's your favorite one. But something called Tier 2 has a celebrate emote, which is what you saw. I don't necessarily know what Tier 2 means, but I also have bit tier emotes, but I haven't really built those yet. So those are the emotes I have currently for you all. So I don't have the confetti one. Ooh, who angy. It has something to do with tier, but I don't necessarily know what that means in terms of Twitch. I don't quite know. It's just a slot I have. So I'm like, okay, well, I have this one. Let's just put it there. Tier 2 and Tier 3, more for their sub. Okay. Let me see what I can see. 1 second, okay? Let's see. Continue sub, gift sub. Let's see what's going on. Month, 6 months, Tier 1, Tier. Oh. Okay, so today I learned tier subscriptions are essentially like more per month, huh? Tier 3 is holy criminy. Okay. I just learned. Today I learned. So that's what that means. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So yeah, if you want to celebrate, I guess you got to go Tier 2. I don't know. I don't know what kind of incentives I can give you for Tier 2. I don't even know if I should do proper incentives considering how small my channel is currently. But you know what? Let's get to this. We got this game running. Well, I talk about the event. So the event was good. I think it was good. I was still trying to build a baseline, trying to figure out what's going on and how to. Oh my gosh, I'm still. Okay, I redid a couple of things. I'll explain that here in a minute. So the event was okay. I'm still trying to get a baseline on what to expect from events and different events stuff like that. So, but I believe it did well. I enjoyed myself. I talked to people. I got my name out some more, and it was just overall enjoyable. I was outside, and it was triple digits, and that was just molten hot magma. Trade one of these for Tier 2. Okay. All right. Considering the fact that I'm still building up my channel, okay, I will trade out. Well, like, do you want? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove sad. I'm gonna make angry a follower. Then I'm going to put celebrate as tier 1. Okay? Let's see if I have to save this. But hopefully, maybe that'll work now. Maybe that'll work. No, I need sad. Oh, come on, chat. You're killing me here. You're killing me. All right. So, all right. Okay. So, angry is removed. Sad is now killing me, chat. Is follower. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's try that. I don't know if it updated automatically or if we still need to do stuff. I suppose you can use this for angry. Oh, I need to make that higher. Okay. Because I compiled all the libraries, or like all the animations into one library, so not all of it's going to be as flush as it once was. So there, you got sad, and you can use boo for angry, even though it might not be accurate for right now. I'll fix it next time. But it was 100 degrees outside or so, and I was outside all weekend. I was in a tent. Okay, I want to hold that thought for a second. I did some stuff off camera. I did all the side stuff inside here, like I did the Pirates Rampage. I did the soccer thing. I turned that in. Oh, okay. Let me see if I have to save it. Okay, hold on, chat. Hold on. You're not letting me talk about anything. You're not letting me do anything. Yeah, I don't need to click save or anything. It should automatically be done. It might need to propagate a little bit, but angry has not been assigned. That's why angry isn't there. If you want angry, you're going to have to use boo. I'm out of spaces, chat. I'm out of spaces. But it was you know what, chat? I'm just going to move on. But I turned in the snaps. I did all the side stuff. I did a bunch of other side stuff that I just really didn't want you to... You're not helping. You're not helping, chat. I know you has a sad, but you're not helping. But I turned in a bunch of stuff, and I did a bunch of side stuff that I did a little bit of, but I didn't complete. But for example, like the crunch off, I didn't do the crunch off. But like the soccer, I think I did. I turned in the snap. I did the pirate thing. I did some other things, but things that just didn't seem interesting. I think I even did the Chadley stuff off camera because, you know. Oh God, chat, you're killing me. You're killing me. But I didn't do any exploring. As far as I know, I didn't do any quest stuff. Like this is still incomplete. I haven't continued with the storylines. That's why this is still here. So, I should probably go back to here because I think I have some Moogle coins or Moogle stuff like that I can do. So let's do that too. Let's do that. So that's what I'll be doing. In the meantime, I'm going to continue what I was talking about in regards to the event. 100 degrees outside. I was outside. I was there from 7:30 a.m. to 5 when I started to pack up for the day, and I was outside the entire time.
Please shop to your heart's content, Kupo.
Please shop to your heart's content. Ooh, what is this? Well, apparently these are upgraded things, but I don't know what they do. Um, Fire earring materia, hit point up earrings. Ooh, no very. What is this? This is definitely something I'm gonna have to get. But I was outside every day, all weekend, from morning to afternoon, evening. Now I wasn't in the sun; I was in a tent, so I at least had shade. I didn't really have a lot of breeze, so it was just not my Moogles. Yeah, these are not my Moogles either. I do not like the design of these Mogs. Um, Look at that! Look at that! It's just looks like a stuffed animal that was poorly designed. I just don't like it.
Thanks so much.
I don't really think I care at the moment. So like I said, I was outside all weekend, um, most of the day, and it was exhausting. It was basically like a dry sauna, but I kept hydrated. I got like a bunch of these, and I sucked down most of it. Got even more water. I just stayed hydrated, so I wasn't like having heat exhaustion. Like there was someone who was in the crochet booth to my right, and they kind of had to close shop early because they were getting heat fatigue, so they had to go home early. And because it was hot enough, like I understand that. I'm like, ugh. So, but I didn't have that. I was just really really warm. Let's see. I didn't talk to as many people as I did at the author booth, but the people who came up were interested in like actually interested in purchasing instead of just talking. So that was a interesting little like a swipe, like a change, because at the author booth I talked to a lot of people, but not a lot of people bought the books from me. It was quite the opposite this time around. Not a lot of people just straight up talked, but a lot of people bought my books, which I was very happy with. I would like to have talked to more people about things because that's my goal is to be there.
You'll just yoink the crown right off the king's head. Can't wait to see it in person. Just don't keep me waiting too long. We Johnnies are delicate flowers that wilt in the desert heat.
All right, so because I want to talk to people, interact with them, say what's going on. I'm glad I bought something from her before she had to leave. She came back like that was Saturday. She had that's right, I can't swim any further. She had the heat fatigue on Saturday, and she came back Sunday. So, granted, she wasn't as energetic as she was in the previous, like on Friday and early Saturday, but she was still there. And I don't think I can get to the next space until I get the new chocobos. Maybe an outfit. I don't quite know at this moment. Because I remember this, I can't go any further. I can't go any further through there. I can't go any further over there. So maybe I can go around over here. But yeah, she's okay. She just needed to cool off. I had more ice available if she needed if something like that happened again. But there was a lot of people at the author booth, not the author booth, the event at Boa Vista that were willing to sit with her, help her, got her a lot of water. Like the tent to my left was a custom magnet tent, and that guy, I swear, was an engineer, because he had all the calculations of his tent, and like if I had a breeze of 35 miles per hour, I knew exactly how much weight I needed to hold my tent down, type of deal. He had all that calculations. He had a solar panel up on his tent, and he had everything programmed to wired to a battery backup, which was then converted to power for a computer and an AC that he was just kind of chilling in. I'm like, I am so jealous of that tent. I need that in my life next time I go up to a Boa Vista for an event. I need to have that set up so I don't have triple digits for hours on end. Still, it's a loss of revenue during those lost hours. Yeah, I agree, but her health was kind of like my chief concern, and I think that was everyone's at the same time. She's okay. I think she's okay. I think she did okay. A lot of people, especially when it came to like people with kids, like parents and kids and stuff like that, went to her tent. So I think she did okay. But he had like an AC unit, he had a computer running, he had a solar panel and a battery backup, and he had all this stuff, and I was very jealous. I was very jealous of that tent. So I'm that's definitely an inspiring. So if I have like another outdoor event in the middle of the summer, or a hot day, or a hot like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a heat wave like that, I can cool off. Especially if I have someone else in my tent for an extended period of time, I want to make sure they're cool and comfortable. Because if they're going to be helping me out, I want to make sure that they're taken care of and they're not just uncomfortable for like 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day. So I don't think I can get down here at this time. I gotta wait. I gotta come back a little bit later. That's what I think. That's what I'm getting. That's the vibes I'm getting. I think our next step is to GTFO. So let's do it. Let's GTFO. Let's move on. So it was a good event. They had like blueberry donuts and blueberry ice cream, and then typical American fashion, they combined it into a blueberry donut sandwich, ice cream sandwich, which somebody bought for me while I was doing. They're like, here you go. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm eating this. I wasn't even hungry, and I had this melting pile of blueberry deliciousness in my hand that I had to eat sooner rather than later. And that was dangerous. That was so delicious. I didn't partake in the blueberry event as much as I had originally intended because I was so busy with everything. But I was still there. I still had a couple of things, and I'm going to go back up during the chocolate festival, which is going to be the last weekend of August. I'm really looking forward to that. You can get fans for your tent that run on batteries. Yeah, that is true. I have considered that. I really have. But it's also not just that, but my laptop is old and the battery's going out. Like, it'll probably hold a charge in a cool environment for... I'm pushing the wrong button. I need to push down for the pekka pekka. But it'll only hold a charge for like 4 hours. And that's on like battery save mode. So I can't do a lot of writing during downtime. And there can be a lot of downtimes. Like, I remember I had 0 people come in from noon to 5 on Friday or something like that. So I was essentially just sitting there doing nothing for 4.5, 5 hours. So what I want to do is I want to get that energy system set up so I can, at the very least, when I have nothing going on right. So, but I do need to get a better cooling solution set up for my tent. As definitely something I need to look into. And getting like a little hand power battery, fans and stuff like that, you know, like a 20 or 30 volt thing is, you know, it'll work, and I can just charge it up on a daily basis at the hotel room. But I think I want something more efficient, more bigger. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure things out. Today's the 13th. We can have 2 weeks before my next event, so I have that much time to plan for my next steps. There was a face painter across the way that had a couple of 9.5 by 4 by 4 foot banners that really stuck out to me. When I sat down, I saw that, I'm like, I like that display, so I want to steal her concept. Granted, I already had that idea, but I'm actually going to look into it. Get some banners for my tent. There's a lot of stuff going on with Barrett in this place. Hold that thought, chat.
So we've got to walk? You'll be fine. Fresh air, nice view.
The view ain't all that. Not unless you enjoy staring at ruined reactors.
Right. You grew up around here, didn't you?
Let's get a move on.
Hey, Cloud. Materia's like super condensed Mako or something, right?
So?
So, that means wherever we find Mako, we'll find materia too. All right, timeout's over, team. Let's go.
Materia is not that rare, Yuffie.
When you're part of a team, you can't just do whatever you feel like.
What? So does that mean I gotta run everything by you first?
So, okay, I'll explain that here in a moment.
Fine. Permission to sing, sir. Permission
So
to
I'm going
scratch my
to
back,
look
sir?
into getting
Permission to blow my nose, sir?
like more displays and stuff like that. Because I like her, I wouldn't necessarily like her entire setup, but I like the large banner in the back, and I like the banner in the front, so I'm going to do that. I like that, I really did.
And a piece of power. Tyrant! Tyrant!
Tyrant!
Tell me your secret. Get up with this big face.
If good qualities outweigh the bad.
Yeah, by how much? Like 51% good guy to 49% dirt bag?
Maybe a little more than that.
So what, like a 55-45 split?
Close to.
Not you two people.
I think we got all the loose stuff. So yes, it was a BlackBerry event that I went to. So I'd like to explain. So when I originally signed up and went to this event, I thought I was going to the Blueberry event. So for weeks I've been calling it the Blueberry Festival, the Blueberry Festival, the Blueberry Festival. And then I get there, even on the first post on my Facebook page, I had said Blueberry Festival. And then I'm looking around, I see like signs for blackberries. I'm like, this is not a Blueberry Festival. So I still say out of habit the Blueberry Festival, but it was actually a Blackberry Festival. So, but cooling stuff. I also need to figure out how to better weigh down my tent, because the engineer to my left had all this weight on his tent, and I had I think like 30-40 pounds or something like that, and there was a small gust of wind that caught the sail of my tent wall, and it just straight up went woo. I almost lost my tent right there. He's like, well, let's tie this down. So I gotta get better weights for the next time. So that was interesting. I learned quite a bit at the very least from this event, and I had a good time. I think I got some decent fans. I think I only got 1 or 2 pity sales this time around. Yay, it's refreshed. Why is Yuffie wearing a bite sleeve? I don't know. Maybe she's still teething. She's so young. But it was good though. It was good. I had fun.
Sorry. My legs are killing me.
So why did you take the
Let's rest
chocobos? Why did
If
you
we
take
stop
the chocobos?
now, the materia... I mean, the mystery men might slip away. Hey, I know what to do. I'll go on ahead and scout the area for us. You guys can catch up later. Well, see ya.
Catch up later, my ass.
Think I'd better go keep an eye on him. Barrett's not himself right now.
Yeah.
I know.
Take your time, okay? No need to rush.
Thanks. Will do.
So one of the things I did was, I mentioned this, but I compiled all the animations into one file. So that way I wouldn't necessarily say better control, because I'm very limited on what I can do. But I can actually physically control the like all of the buttons now. It's like I said, it's not ideal. I wish they had a better control panel for this, but it's better than nothing, I'll say. It's better than nothing. I did that yesterday, and it took quite a bit longer than expected. Well, granted, of all the files and stuff like that, I had to recompile and rewrite and recreate and fix and stuff like that, but it was fine. But I got it all fixed, taken care of and stuff like that. That means, like, no matter what scene I'm at, like, even if I'm on, this one, if you, like, decide to test a boo, see, it'll still throw the tomato. Now, here's one thing I did notice. You'll see that the boo actually still went to the corner. I thought I made the boo go to the middle. It doesn't do that quite yet. So I have to fix that. But even at the start and the end screens, everything kind of remains. So hopefully, yeah, see, everything's kind of going from one to another. That way, it stays. And this actually also works for the 60 minutes of writing sessions that we're having. The task list had a bug where it wouldn't keep as I switched scenes. Like when I would go from one scene to another, like from, for example, this to this, the task list would reset. And this was actually the solution to that problem. They make sandbags where you add or subtract weight depending on your needs, and they strap to the legs. And you can bungee them for extra support. That is definitely a consideration, but I don't want to be hauling sand to and from. I also don't want to use/waste water. So I'm trying to figure out solutions. I have an idea. I have some extra weights coming in. So I want to get to that here soon. Synergy? Don't use Synergy. Yes. Let's see, what is this? Staggering? I mean, I suppose I could just do this and this. So there are options. I'm going to make lunch. Still here, just listening. You're doing the lurk. I get you. So there are options that I can do. I have some more weights come. I don't need to do this now because I'm just gonna rest my old bones for a moment. So I have some stuff coming in. Hopefully it'll be enough. It was definitely a learning experience. Almost having my entire tent just VoIP away, just say bye, Felicia. That was. I mean, I'm insured, so it's not like if something did happen, I lose the tent, it damages something or something like that, or catches fire somehow, I'd be SOL. I was insured. I don't mind about that, but still, it was something I wasn't entirely prepared for. But hopefully, next time I'll be prepared. But as I was mentioning, the task. So I will have to fight. Wait, didn't I get a weapon of some type? Huh. I need to figure out who got what weapon, especially if I'm going to be in fights, to get that better. Let's see. Get that leveled up a little bit. I think it was Aerith, right? Sound like a roddy thing. Yeah, a wizard's rod. And you don't have any materia equipped either. Okay. We have to do materia too. Look at all that materia though. That's very, very nice. Let's just do this. Almost put random materias at this point. Auto weapon ability. I think I actually purchased different materia types too while I was, on hold. So let's just do that. That. At least red has materia. Barrett, Tifa, and Yuffie are SOL. looky here. I actually have 2 of them now. Maybe it's that book I purchased. Maybe that's what was keeping me at that level. It was the book. Sure, why not? Let's just do that. So with that being said, balance attack, because I just want all the pew-pews. All right, I think we're good to go. Gosh, I'm going from one topic to another without finishing because I keep getting distracted. Okay, what was one of the topics I was talking about before I stopped? I know I was talking about all sorts of things. I know there's a lot of things I do need to discuss and update you all on. One thing I do want to note is my stream schedule has changed. I'm going to see if I can stream the Let's Play 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The Monday was originally intended for the co-op day. However, Merlin's schedule has shifted, so we may do some adjusting. I don't quite know what the plan is, what we're going to be doing, what the plan is. So just kind of stay tuned for that.
This one's for you.
How about you back off? Tell you what, why don't you try reading that line again? That was pretty bad. Oh, you are definitely not feeling well. So if I just hold circle, can you just run away? Because you're just not fast. Run away! Run away! There we go.
Looking for me?
Oh, I guess that just happened. So, let's see. The stream schedule. That is changed Monday, Wednesday, Friday. At the very least, I want to do the solo Let's Play from noon to 4. However, that may change. So everything's kind of like up in the air right now. I'm going to try to do a 60 minutes of writing stream on Tuesday and Thursday. That way I'm not in front of the camera all day. I can get stuff done because originally I was doing, like Mondays, I had no time for anything. 0 time for anything. Because I have to do my assessments too, huh?
Take the lead. Allow me.
So like,
Get ready.
I would do the Let's Play from noon to 4 if it was a co-op. Just enough time for me to start working on dinner. Then I would have to work on the then I'd start working on the I have to heal myself. Working on the the 60 minutes of writing stream. It was just too much. I just couldn't get anything accomplished. So that's kind of why I switched the stream schedule for the Let's Play versus the 60 minutes of writing. It just didn't have time. Alright, so I might have to play Cloud a little bit more just to get that prey up, because they're using gravity, which removes a percentage of your current hit points. You're almost leveled up though, so just a little bit longer. But the stream schedule may change depending on what Merlin and Salty want to do. Just keep an eye out for that. So far, I don't really have an idea what's going on, but that's my current schedule. Sometime within the last couple of days, maybe even the weekend, my website went down because the repository is taking down all of my web applications as they're being paginated and updated to the servers. So I just discovered that last night. No, I'm sorry, this morning. And I spent the morning getting my website back up and running. I found an old version of it in some archives, aka the trash, the recycling bin. So I was able to do a partial recovery of the website. However, there's a lot of functionalities that won't work. And at any point, the back end of the website may go down. And the back end entails stuff like the blog. So that may go down at some point. I need to rebuild the back end from scratch, which is not my strong suit. I can do it. It's just I'm not as fast as, like, I can build a website, no problem. The back end, slow. I need to practice more. But also, I moved away from web application and web development and programming in general for cybersecurity. So it's not like I'm spending all day, every day learning how to do this stuff again. So, but if I worked on a project for you and published it from my repository, there may be an issue at some point where the website may be inactive. So if that happens, just let me know. I'll see if I can't get it fixed, or I'll just rebuild it for you. Well, depending on the complexity. But that should basically be a warranty type of deal, because, you know, if I'm the one hosting it, I should be the one that's responsible for keep making sure it's up, you know, so online. Make sure I got everything.
Keep it together.
I'll take care of them.
I'll just do cloud, why not?
Follow my lead. You ready?
Taking over.
I'm going to really have to stay on cloud. I'm really going to have to stay on cloud to make sure I get my heals, because look at this. Cloud is just, he is the Urk. Get a quick chakra. A little bit more. Oh, it's gonna die? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It died right when my ATD gauge filled up. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the website. The blog at any point may go down because of the back end issue. And I'm gonna have to rebuild the entire back end. The data itself is hosted on on another service. So the blog is still there, and I got turned around. But the programming to securely get the information from the server to the website is no longer there. I hope that makes sense. So that's going to happen sometime soon, I think.
Don't hold back.
Let's get a quick assess.
Too bad.
Look, there's just a lot of news, I gotta tell you. There's a lot that happened this weekend. So, let's see. My publisher is taking a step back and assessing their business model. I'm not going to explain much else beyond that, but that is the situation with that publisher. What that means is they're not taking any submissions, whether the submission is from a new author, a current author, or even a pre-existing series. They have a lot of stuff they need to figure out internally before they can accept any more submissions. So what that means is, even though I was working on the next Bloodlines of Atmos book, I have to put that on hold because Melange isn't taking
So it's my
submissions.
turn? You can do it. One more shot.
So what I'm going to have to do, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue working on my. I think I can block this. Continue working on the dark vampire story. So that's probably what I want to do until I figure out what I want to do, because I can regain my IP and my copyrights at any point, at any time. I talked to the owner, and she said that they'll give me back the IP upon request. But they've treated me well. They got me my start. They got me going. So I want to make sure I give them as much benefit of the doubt as possible to see if they can figure out what's going on, what the next steps are, and see if we can't come to an agreement. It has nothing to do with my contract or anything like that. It's all internal. See if I can block this. It still hurts. I don't think there's anything I can do. All necessary material gathered to do the forest braces on the two. Oh, okay. Back from lunch. Okay, how was your lunch? So that's kind of the situation with my next book. So I'm sorry, my almost next book. Because the sci-fi mystery-ish book is still in the final stages of being written. I need to.
Moving on then.
I've read all the feedback from the beta readers. I just need to essentially rewrite and reorganize, correct a few things. I have pancakes with apple jelly for lunch. Oh, that sounds good. Fingers crossed everything goes well with the publisher. Thank you. I appreciate it. But that book is still in the final stages. I'm still on essentially the last step before I do the finalizations for submissions. I need to figure out what I want to do. If I want to hire a graphic designer for the cover, if I want to hire an editor for the edits. There are a few things that come to mind, and both of them have the same reasons. One, if I hire someone, will they use AI? And you know how much I love AI. They will use AI instead of actually having the skills, knowledge, and education to do things properly. Or education, I'll say. Because I'm not going to pay someone, let's say as a round number, $100. That's not how much I'm going to pay anyone. It's just a round number. I'm not going to pay someone $100 when they're just going to put it into ChatGPT. Whether it's the cover or the editing. But also, I don't want to spend, let's say, that $100 when, let's say I submit the manuscript to publisher A, or to a publisher, and they like it. But part of their business model is, I don't think there's anything I can do. I just have to stagger them. Part of their business model is they do the graphic design and they do edits in-house. So it's essentially, I just wasted my money. So it's tough for me to say what I want to do. When it comes to a creative industry, I will blanket the crap out of it with AI. Because there's a lot of people out there who are utilizing that tool for things that it should never be utilized for. Use it as a tool and a utility, to help you create something, but don't use it to create something. That is my opinion on AI. So if you write a book using ChatGPT, let's say, you didn't write the book, ChatGPT did. You're just taking credit for it. And in my opinion, I'm not going to get like favorable information and feedback from this. If you use AI to write something and claim credit for it, you're just a thief. You're just a poser. And that is a hard opinion of my, from me. Oh, I have something that I can create something. Let's see. I can do this. All right. And now I can do this. All right. Now, what's next? What's next? If I do decide to hire someone, I was going to say something. ChatGPT didn't write it either. Thousands of authors whose work was stolen did. Agreed. I agree. Actors are even losing jobs to AI. I agree. It is absolute crap. Absolute crap. But people are utilizing AI as a valid way to steal work. And it's toxic. It is toxic for growth in the creative industry. Am I talking about AI again? When did this happen? But anyway, oh yes, that's right. So on one hand, I want to make sure that my manuscript is as polished and as completed as possible, because it is a possibility that I could be taken more seriously and more considered if I did hire a professional editor and a professional graphic designer and illustrator for the cover.
Go on.
So maybe if I do that, I might be able to use it as leverage for a better deal because I'm not using in-house resources. But then they could just do things on their own regardless. So that's kind of my train of thought. And I don't quite know what I want to do yet. I don't know the path. That's not my current step, so it's not like it's I need to really actually think about this any further than me complaining about AI. But yeah, that's kind of the situation at the moment. You know, the funny thing, a lot of people will actually use AI for programming. But since they don't know how to program, what they get is unsecured, incomplete, damaged, broken, doesn't work, poorly written, non-efficient. But they don't care. They'll just release it because that's just what people are doing. And I hold a huge grudge against that because, ooh, piece of candy. Because when I was in web development, people were using AI for stuff, and it was really insulting. Like, AI has crashed industries, has ruined people's lives and lost people's jobs, and the people who build AI just don't care. Many publishers will use their own artists because of contracts, and lacking the ability to secure the licensing to artwork from the artists you may have commissioned. Valid. Very valid. Good call, books. Good call, books. I agree. That's a very sound point, and I agree with that. So yeah, maybe I won't actually go out and hire a graphic designer for the cover illustration. You have convinced me, Fur. You have convinced me. But I'm not even at that stage yet. I still gotta do like the final revisions and the edits and stuff like that. I have quite a bit of wiggle room on my word count, which is a surprise. When I wrote the Bloodlines books, I was actually struggling to add in detail, but keeping the word count low. So it's a nice change of pace actually having a surplus of words I can add in. What are these signs? So it's a nice change of pace.
Sorry. Except, not bad.
So let's see. That's the situation going on with my publisher, and the next steps of my book. I'm not working on the next Bloodlines book because of the publisher issues. So if anyone who was at the Blackberry Festival and I said I was, or the author booth and I said I was working on the next book, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I am no longer working on that book until my launch. My publisher figures out what they want to do and what their next steps are. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop writing though. That's the good news. So there was something really interesting that someone said at the Blackberry Festival, and they were really excited. They said, "Oh, I've never seen an author at this event before." I'm like, "Really? Oh, really? Never seen an author, huh? Yeah. So it was really interesting. They bought the trilogy too, so I was really excited for that too. They're really happy to see a little bit more diversity at the festival, because normally they would probably see like jewelry makers or crochets or stuff like that. So I think at first, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was very iffy on doing this event because it was at an orchard, at a festival at an orchard. But afterward, I had a lot of downtime. I can better utilize my time for things. But I think it was good. It was kind of a risk too, considering there are two ways I can go about interpreting I haven't seen an author at this event before. One way is no one has thought of it. It's a groundbreaking concept. Another way I can interpret that is authors don't do that because it's not the right environment. People don't buy books. So I don't know exactly how to interpret that comment. So ups and downs, right? Let's see. Also, I was the first author to have someone sign stuff for somebody on a few occasions. Like there was, I'd probably say like a 12-year-old who loved to read, and we were talking for a little bit, but I said, this doesn't have like, this has like adult content. It'll be easy to read, but I can't sell this to you unless I talk to a parent or a guardian. So she got her mother, and we're talking for a little bit. I'm explaining to her what's going on, why things are the way they are, and she bought the book for this little girl. And she said I was the first book she ever had that was signed. Like these are the first books that she's ever had that were signed. And she was really excited about them. And I felt, I felt pretty good about that. I hope she really likes them. I hope she likes them. Because I'm really excited for her to have, to start her collections and finding signed books and stuff like that. Because I know a few people, plot twist, that hoard Signed books.
Yeah, feeling great actually. Could do this all day. It's like someone's pulling me up.
You've become one with the mountain. Say what?
You have become one
Really?
with the
I
mountain.
did? Hey! Thanks for having me!
The hell are you doing, Red? It happens to all new climbers. If she passes out, I'll carry her.
Let's go!
But considering the fact that we've climbed some pretty steep stuff before, I don't think she has a problem. Where did Red go? How did you get up here? How did you get up here? Like, even if I didn't sell much at the events, at the very least, I hope I'm building some sort of following / readership. And that's kind of my goal, is to talk to people and build that readership I was telling you about. It's an investment of time for readership. I really wish I had pursued writing much sooner than I did. I really do. I really wish I did, because it's something that I subconsciously knew I could do. Like, I went to visit my dad in Alaska for the summer, and I hand wrote this huge role-playing game adventure for a friend of mine that was over 300 pages. And it was easy for me. I never considered it because I never really read and stuff like that. So when I wrote this thing, it was easy for me. That was kind of like the first sign is, hey, you should do this. You should do this a lot sooner than you're doing it right now. And then later when I was going to college, I had a class on screenplay writing. And the final project required you to turn like 10, 15 pages. And I'm turning in 70 because I just kind of got into the zone. That's how things have gone. It's just, I should have taken the signs. Don't go into art like I did.
Just like that, okay?
Go into writing. Not necessarily get a degree in writing, but actually like learn how to write and get your ideas on paper instead of art, you know? I have a spreadsheet to keep track of my books, our first edition, special editions, and which are signed. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. You have my books signed, right, Fur? I think you do. And if you don't, you know, you can always come to the festival, or next time I see you, I'll get them signed for you.
Here goes. You'll see. Ah!
The first is signed. I'll have the second two signed.
That'll do. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Keep it together. Hang back. You're mine. Finish it. It's over. I'll make it quick.
Yeah, I will gladly sign the book for you, no problem. That way you'll have first edition, especially if I have to change publishers, you will have first edition, original publisher signed books. So when, /if, being modest at this point, when I become famous, like a famous author, you'll have something that very few people will have.
I tell ya, hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet each other. It's proper. Well, I'll be. Finally, folks, you've got some.
Will you complain loud enough?
Get it. Tons of folks hiking up the mountain today, and not a one of them so much as nodded my way. Even tried calling out to a few sick-looking fellas all in black, and what did I get? Silence. Hikers these days never learned to greet each other or something. Ran into a sprightly little lady, too. Now, she was in a real hurry. Couldn't even say hello.
Alright, switching gears away from writing. We're going to go into the Twitch stream, the layouts and stuff like that. The co-ops. A minor situation with the co-ops. Granted, I already talked about situations, but no, this is something different. Toxic breath, be able to do that. So, let's say you decide to do a boo. Boo! I can see the boo, and I can talk about the boo and react to the boo, even though the boo missed. I'm going to fix that next time. Because I'm actually looking at my Streamlabs screen. I can see the ghost. So, ooh, spooky stuff, and I can see the lurk. Unless I'm not in the unless I push it before the cooldown. So I can see this stuff, I could talk about it. If there's a follower, I can see it. See? I could say thanks for the follow and stuff like that. If there's a subscriber, I can see it. The audio. I gotta do the audio. I knew I was forgetting something. So I can see these events when I'm doing this solo. Because I'm looking at Streamlabs. I'm looking at Streamlabs itself, not necessarily the game. However, when I'm doing the co-op is on Steam. So it's gonna, the game needs focus from the computer for me to play it. So I'm not actually able to see these events on the co-op. I'm trying to find a way to fix that, but I don't know what my options really are. I don't have many options on that front because it's on Steam. I suppose I could get like another screen on the computer, and I look at that screen. I'll have like the game on the left screen. I'll have like tools and utilities on the right screen. I'll have like the Streamlabs on the middle screen. I can do that, but that's just horrible. But that's kind of my current problem. Trying to find a way to fix that.
Let's do this. After you.
Right, my turn. Good night. This one's for you.
I'm so behind on my reading this year. Well, how many books have you read so far? I wonder if this is another one I have to fight from the front. Yeah, this is another one I have to fight from the front.
Take it from here. You're done.
It's your turn now.
Now you have right.
You asked for it.
Nothing to it.
30? Oh no, I read 30 books this year and I'm so behind. You show off. I just think you're flexing now. So I'm still trying to figure out how to be more interactive to my viewers via co-ops. Because everything's on Steam, not on the Switch with the PlayStation. And by the way, I don't know if I'm going to invest in a Switch 2. I don't really play my Switch, my current Switch, very often. So I feel like it's sitting and gathering dust, not really being used. And it kind of reminds me when I bought the Sony PSP. I used it for a little bit, but then I got too busy. I stopped using it. So I used average 100 a year. Really? Okay, so it's almost mid-August. September, October. You still have 4.5 months. You have 4.5 months to do 70 books to get back your average, right? So what's going on? Are you in a reading slump? So hindsight, and I almost did this too. I almost sold my Switch during COVID, like early COVID, because it was still a new console or newish console. People were buying up consoles all over the place because they were bored. And I could have gotten top dollar for it during COVID. But now that the Switch 2 is out, if I tried to sell the Switch, I wouldn't get a lot. So it's just one of those things. Another missed opportunity, right? But I also don't know if the Switch 2 is backwards compatible.
Keep it together.
Why don't you leave the way?
So let's say if I did sell the Switch, what would I do with my Switch library if it's not backwards compatible? So that's the reason why I'm holding on to it. I was for nearly a month. I've been talking and I've been taking on Sanderson's book. It's got like 800 to 1,400 pages. Okay, so they're small. They're short stories.
We'll see.
Switch 2 is backwards compatible. Okay, good. Still, I'm not buying one, at least not yet. And if it's backwards compatible, what I could do is I can sell my first Switch, get the second Switch,
I got your note.
and move on from there.
Let us finish.
Not optimal, but you know, it is what it is. I have a lot of stuff I need to work on. Need to upgrade my my computer, my stream setup, my workspace. So how would people get to and from? Oh, that's with the elevator or something like that, right? Because I was thinking, like, how is this place getting supplies? No, forget that. How are people getting supplies? Because how long has this elevator been out? And this place is still, well, there's people still here, you know? Because if you're not getting supplies, if there's no food or no water, doesn't matter how sentimental that place is, you're kind of leaving. I'll probably buy one when they release a new Pokemon or Animal Crossing. Rest me old bones. The newest Pokemon is coming out soon. I still coming to the original Switch, so I don't have to do it if I don't want to. Okay, that works. Yeah, I mean, if the library of the gaming console doesn't meet your expectation standards or you don't see anything that you want, yeah, just wait. Just wait. What I've been thinking... Oh, hold on. This is going to be a cutscene here.
Come on, out you go. Again?
Well, look who it is.
It's Shaky Cam.
You here to pick a fight?
What? Oh, no. Just dropping off some unruly passengers. They were fine when we left Junon, and then they weren't. So, here we are. Don't know why. One minute they were okay, and the next...
Whatever. This is way above my pay grade.
So, that's it? Well, since you're here. We'd love to stay and chat, but Brood and I are busy people. She'll be more than happy to keep you company, though. Now play
I like how he raises a sword to protect his face, but the flame is an AoE that engulfs the rest of his body. Let's get an assessment on this bad boy, or bad girl. Inflicting enough damage by exploiting its elemental weakness will pressure it. While it is using cooling protocol, it will become easier to pressure. So, I just found a hiccup. And that hiccup is my camera, or more or less, my camera is covering this corner. So, like, there's a mini map right here that I can't see. Granted, I can actually read everything that's right about here. But as soon as there's like text that goes beyond that, I won't be able to see it. But it's basically weak against electricity and wind. I've been thinking about making a new frame, like a stream frame. Instead of it being like this, where you see most of the game, and like my camera just straight up in the corner or something like that, to actually make it to where the game is taken up like, we'll do this. Like the game is taken up like this entire section, and then I have like the camera right, like the webcam right here, and something else right here. Very similar to how I had the 60 minutes of writing thing. What do you think about that, chap? I like having this openness for the game, but what do you think about that? Thoughts? So who has what magic? You have fire. You have no ATB. Alright, let's try this again. You have fire, and you have blizzard arrow. So red has arrow magic. And it's leveled up quite a bit. No, Aerith should really have that magic, but I also didn't know I'd be fighting something that required.
Go for it, guys.
Let's do this. Let's do against red, and then red will use. Actually, I'll wait a moment. There. And now red will use arrow. I think it's a good idea. Okay. See if I can get red some ATB so he can really raffle stomp. I don't know what that is. Anti-personnel gas. Sleep and slow or something. There. That way when the boss goes on cooldown protocol or whatever, I'll definitely be more prepared.
Time to bring it down.
Oh, it's cooling protocol. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. I was so focused on something else. Red, where are you at? Where are you at? Where's the thingy? Where's the thingy? The thingy's over there. Quick, get over there, Red. Get over there. It's not doing the protocol anymore, is it? It is not.
Backing off a bit.
Yeah, so situation here is I staggered the boss and I don't have any limits. So I also used a lot of magic points from Red.
It's aiming at you.
This is definitely not a female.
Never again.
Alright, so there's nothing I can do.
And catch. Let's go to work.
Like, what can I do? I tried to block. I tried to move in, but it kept pushing me back. So what could I have done there? Let's get this fool up.
I'm here. I'll take care of you.
Hang back. Closure. Follow my lead. I have it. It's over.
So we're going to be a little bit smarter on Red's magic points. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're just going to stay locked on him for now. And when we see the cooling protocol, then I'm going to just rush at that flower right there. I'm going to have to do something else. Oh, it's the cooling protocol. Go, Red, go. Like, the entire flower is on fire. The entire flower is on fire. That's not good.
Sorry to trouble you like this. Be gone.
Quickly get a prey. Said, good boy. Just gonna stay on Cloud for a little bit. Get my hit points back up and running because I just absolutely fail. But the boss is getting pretty close to stagger just as the limit break hits.
Leave the rest to me.
I don't think he's gonna get his limit break off. But you should be able to get...
Don't let up now. I've got this.
Oh, I did it just a touch too late, like a fool.
Here goes.
Let's see, what can I do with you? How do I even get that? let's just do that.
Ready when you are.
I don't really know what that is, so we'll just. Get him, Red! Get him! Get him! Yeah, good boy, Red. Good boy.
You're done.
What a team!
You didn't do anything, Aerith.
Guess the Turks are back on duty, huh?
Wish they'd all go on vacation.
For real.
Come on. We need to find the others.
Red's siblings are very not red right
The
now.
next order of business is the Magnus Materia Project. As you are aware, simultaneous energy spikes were detected in Mako reactors across the world. After analyzing the data from each site, we found the spikes stemmed from the arrival of visitors, unfathomably large life forms.
Oh, is that a weapon?
Based on available information, it would seem so. They supposedly appear when the planet is in danger.
And each one carries an enormous orb of materia. More specifically, an orb from which they themselves were born. They are living enigmas, organisms dying to be understood. And finally, my dream of capturing one is within reach. Oh, what I wouldn't give to peel one's flesh back, pull it apart, and see what makes it tick. What?
Your wish, Professor, will soon be granted. We'll all get what we want once that materia is ours.
This is ridiculous. Why waste time monster hunting when we're on the brink of creating the materia ourselves?
I'm aware of your efforts, but it would behoove us to obtain naturally occurring specimens as well.
Well, they would look good in the lobby.
Put them in the bathroom for all I care. Just leave me the carcasses. Those I'll take.
Mr. President, please. What is this really about?
Wutai is after them.
Well, talk about burying the lead. Heidegger, I'll need troops.
My finest for the Madam Director.
I gotta look this up. I have to look this up. All right. So, that's something I want to have to consider because how they spelled lead, L-E-D-E versus L-E-A-D. That was very unusual.
Mr. President,
Yes.
there's a question I never had the chance to ask.
It's
your
Keanu
father.
Reeves.
Perhaps you could speak on his behalf. We used Avalanche's activities as a cover to sabotage our own reactors and destroy Sector 7. Your father assured us these acts were in service to the Neo-Midgar project. However, the fact remains that we have yet to locate the promised land of legend, or even confirm if it actually exists.
Great though he was, my father was old. And in his dotage, he became rash. But while we're on the subject, there's something I've been meaning to ask all of you regarding those decisions. Why is it that none of you even tried to stop him? Shinra must change. We must break new ground, grow stronger, smarter, observe, adapt, expand, control. My father built his empire with your loyal support.
and I demand the same. I expect you all to prove that you are devoted not only to the company, but to me.
Oh yes, the strangeness that is the Zack storyline.
Yeah?
Let me in.
Let's take a moment. We're going to do two things for now. I want to take a moment to the fact that I am now playing Zack in the current timeline, and I have chat to catch up on. I think that's a good idea. You could put lurks and booze in an area, keep your screen clean, or add a pet. Not like I'll be able to afford a Switch. Just notice my kitten still has his baby fangs as well as his adult fangs. Ooh, okay. That dude looks like a young Alan Rick. No, I think he's more of a Keanu, especially with his last, like the last name and the character's name being the same. I am playing Zack. You know, I kind of forgot the fact that Zack was still alive from one of the scenes earlier on. But Zack. How are they going to do this? How are they going to justify Cloud's character arc with Zack? I suppose it could happen. Don't see how. See, Zack. Okay. Let me do some summaries of what's going on. Zack carries Cloud to Midgar. Shinra ambushes them. Zack sacrifices himself to save Cloud. Cloud makes his way to Midgar and winds up at the train station where Tifa finds him. But Zack has his Buster Sword, which he gave to Cloud. He gave a lot to Cloud. So what is going on, you know? How are they going to justify this? Let's find out. Let's find out. But that's like that's what's on the back of my mind right now. Is like, how are they going to justify this? Okay. I think I figured things out. Obviously, we're in a separate storyline, timeline, or something, because there's Aerith. And in fact, here's Cloud. It's not a time travel thing. It can't be like that. I think it's just two stories converging into one. Or where everything is trying to rectify all the errors. And why? Because, for example, Cloud, this is all theory. Cloud and Aerith are dead. In this one, Zack's alive. But in the quote unquote original, Zack's dead, but Cloud and Aerith are alive. Did I say that right? Zack's alive, Cloud and Aerith are dead, and in the other one, Cloud and Aerith are alive, Zack's dead. So, you know what I mean. So I think it's just like a convergence of stories. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out, chat. We're going to find out.
Elmira?
Zach, right?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Upstairs.
I think that's what's going on, chat. I think that's what's going on. That would explain a lot.
I'm going to take her home.
Now slow down. I've been to your place. Shinra's got it staked out.
Not anymore. They have bigger things to worry about.
But...
And I can't leave her with you.
Of course you can. Just look at Cloud. I've been taking care of...
No, you haven't. Look at the state you've left her in. You didn't even wipe her face, for goodness sake. I'm sorry. Your note had me worried, and now that I'm here, I can see that I was right to be concerned. I brought a wheelchair for Aerith. But if Cloud's coming too, you'll just have to carry him. Think you can handle that?
Yeah, I can do that much. That's Aerith,
Yes, I know.
Trying to lurk, but I have to go deal with nurses. You do what you gotta do, Carrie. You do what you gotta do.
Huh? Aerith! She okay? You're okay. Right, Aerith?
I don't know. It's tough to say, Books. It's tough to say. I have theories.
Elmira,
Yes?
what happened to this place?
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
Is y'all in the Matrix or something? Playing a coma dream? I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think it's two worlds combining into one.
Aerith.
Hey, which way do you think Midgar is?
It would be east of here. That way.
Love it. Love it.
I wonder how my mom's doing back there.
She seemed fine when I saw her. Maybe a little worried.
She's gonna hate me for this.
Talk to her as soon as you get home. She'll understand.
Really looking forward to that conversation.
That is the only reason. That is the only way I can logically justify the situation. Like two dimensions type of deal. That's all I can think of. Because that would answer it. That would answer it. That would justify things. So that's kind of where I'm leaning toward right now. That's what I'm leaning toward. I don't think I did a thorough job in the previous area walking around and searching. Because I didn't follow the right-hand wall. I was just kind of going with the flow and getting distracted from one conversation to another. So at some point, I'm going to have to go back and just double check. Yeah, we've already messed with time. So this has to be an alternate timeline where Zach is alive and they're in a coma. Yeah, alternate timeline is another explanation. But that's something like that's going on. Because in the first game, we already kind of tweaked the timeline. And there were kind of flashes and stuff like that of what's going on. This is... I don't know. We'll see how they justify it. Like, the actual story, the actual reasoning for everything. We'll see how things turn out. We'll see how things turn out. I have my theories. Because we look, I want to go back up the stairs a little bit. Going back, actually, I think that view will work. Yeah, we're doing a 360. We don't see that ripple in the sky. We don't see that rip in the sky. It might be because that timeline is doomed because Sephiroth is going to succeed in casting Meteor. Now that Aerith is KO'd, you know? So it's interesting. How are they going to justify this? Come on. I tried to go up, but nothing was there. All right, so I suppose now that we're back in just wandering in combat, I could talk about something, about a book review. But what haven't I updated you on? I mean, I've updated you on quite a bit. When I talked about the mystery, the sci-fi mystery, talked about the Bloodlines book 4, or rather the 4th book in the series. Talked about my stream schedule. So I suppose I can briefly talk about, because I don't really know too much about it, briefly talk about my upcoming event, my next upcoming event, which is the Chocolate Festival at Boa Vista. That is on Labor Day weekend. I will be there from August 29th to September 1st. And hopefully I'll be more prepared in regards to, well, everything. Weight, banners, because I really liked Kimberly's banner layout. I want to kind of emulate that. One thing I do want that I'm not able to do at the moment is
Don't overdo it.
one thing I want to do is the 4 walls I have, well, 3 walls and a door I have in my tent is essentially a giant tarp. It doesn't allow any airthrow. So what I would like to do is
You're done.
get up in the air. There we go. Oh, She's gonna need some heals. What I would like to do is I would like to get some airflow available in that tent. Alright, fine. I'll use magic to heal. He's not jumping down. He is locked on that the cliffside. Okay, I have to walk around. I have to walk all the way around because it's not doing. It's not. Oh, fine. Okay, so it's basically just like a giant plastic sheet, so there's no airflow. The heat gets trapped in there. It's like I mentioned before, the tent is a dry sauna. What I would like to do at some point is fix that. I would like to have the wall to have like a mesh of some type to allow airflow. And if it's raining or moist or whatever, I don't like it. I want to have it to zip up. Very reminiscent to like a tent, like a camping tent. So that's what I would like to do at some point for the walls. Fix that problem.
Keep it together.
I'm coming. It's your turn.
Take it over.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that in time for the chocolate festival because that's going to involve me having to tear apart the walls, put like a sunscreen mesh in there, like actually sew it on, and then sew on a zipper above it. And I know I'm just going to screw it up. But it would definitely reduce. Reduce the drag of my of my tent. So that is something I want to do at some point. I might just have to wait until next year. I might just have to wait until next year to do it. And not only that, I also run the risk of destroying my tent, screwing it up so much. So. So there's that too. So there's that concern as well. Because if there's one thing I know how to do, it's destroy something that doesn't need, it's basically destroying something that works. Doing the opposite of repairs on something that didn't need repairs. This is looking familiar. Maybe not. I could have swore this was where she was like, I'm one with the mountain. I got turned around somehow. Yeah. So the answer to my own question, yes. That does look familiar. Can I fast travel? No, fast travel disabled. So I gotta climb back up. I got turned around at some point. Actually, you know what? This is a blessing in disguise. I was talking about not thoroughly covering the entire area. This is the opportunity for me to do that. You know, learning how to actually play Cloud has kind of made the game much easier, especially when it comes to air combat. Learning how to actually use him. I know game changer is a stupid term when it comes to this context, but yeah, it was a game changer. Because being able to close gaps and attack mobs in the air, huge. Because that was one of my chief complaints, as I'm pretty confident you are very aware of. So actually, being able to do this, have ranged attack and being able to close the gap, so it's just, yeah, it made things that much easier. The game, I'll say for lack of a better term, is not difficult. This game is not hard. Especially when you learn that Cloud can do the things I wanted him to do almost the entire time. Almost. There's still a number of things he can't do that he can do. How do I know he can do it? Because he does it. But it's less of a toothache. So that's good. I'm still pretty interested in terms of the story on how they're going to justify Zack. I want to know. I really do. I want to know what they're going to do and how they're going to clean that plot hole. You caught my interest, writers. You caught my interest. Don't screw it up. For the love of Odin, don't screw it up. One thing's for certain, I am gathering a lot of materials, and I'm wondering if I've actually grabbed something for transmuting. And the answer is no. I need oregano. Planet's Splendor is my primary resource that I do not have, so at least until I find that on a regular basis, I'm kind of done with crafting. So why can't I use the chocobos? Was that ever explained? Was that ever explained? What gets me is there's no map. Well, there's a map, but my dumb face is covering it. But like, there's no actual map, so I can't confirm that I've traveled somewhere or searched an area. Because currently I'm looking for extra loots, like materia, or a piece of equipment. Or if I really wanted to go back to the beginning, I don't know where I'm going. Alright, all things considered, I mean, chat, would you agree that I have been satisfactorily thorough on my searches for this area? Are you satisfied with my searches? Can I move on?
Was never in doubt.
Please. So that emote icon kind of came together in a way I didn't expect. Like, I drew it. I'm like, I really don't like this. But I have a bunch of other icons that I drew up. So let's see what happens. So when I started to upload the icons, I ran out of regular static icons. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just make it, let's see what's going on with the icons, like the animations. And Twitch has a library for GIFs, or at least effects. And one of them is to kind of go off the screen like that. And then when I saw that on the scared icon, everything kind of fit so nicely, I had to use it. I had to incorporate it. So it turned into an icon I was thinking about scrapping into an icon that I used on one of the very few precious animated icons. A little fun fact for you, huh?
Let's go.
So yeah, that icon, the scared icon, almost never was. I know Booked at the first favorite icon is the fish. She uses it all the time. Yeah, I didn't know that there were different sub-tiers, subscription tiers, so that's interesting. It's good to know. So I need to figure out what a tier 2 would get. I need to figure out how to make that a thing. Well, I know how to make it a thing. It's just like, why would someone want to become a tier 2 or a tier 3 member? That's what I'm saying. What is the incentive? Because they can use their Twitch Prime sub. By the way, if you have Twitch Prime, not Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, you have a free subscription, and you can use it here. I guess I should probably talk about that more often. But that's tier 1. Why would someone want to do a tier 2, which costs more? What incentives would you want for a tier 2? That's a question I think I should ask you. What would you want for a tier 2?
Never in doubt.
Because I'm already making silly animations for you all. So I'm making stuff like that all the time. Well, when I say all the time, I mean that rather loosely. So what incentive for tier 2? What incentive for, come on, there we go. What is a good incentive for tier 2? Much less tier 3. I guess I just don't have the channel strength to justify a tier 2 at the moment. And at this current point in time, a tier 2 is more like a tip or donation, right?
No time to celebrate.
So I think there's a way to get more emotes for their tiers, because when I was a gift sub at tier 3 for another streamer, he had a lot more emotes. I don't know if that changes on your sub count or something. So let me... Okay. We're going to go... Green focus? That definitely wasn't what I expected. Let's see if I can hide that. There we go. So you can see what the emote. This is the emote icon page for affiliates. So here I can upload up to 45 emotes and I can assign them from here. On the followers, I have 5 standard emotes, and that's it. If you're a tier 1 subscription, there's 5 more standards and 5 animated. I can unlock 2 extra by using Twitch alerts, but the thing is, I've already applied them, but I haven't gotten anything. So this is a sneaky unlock. For tier 2, I only have 1 standard emote extra, and for tier 3, I have 1 standard emote. So when you're saying there's like a whole bunch of emotes, unless I'm missing something, that is not the case for me. Gotta get my screen back up and running. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so unless I'm missing something, I don't know if I can get a whole bunch of extra emotes. One of the things I've been thinking about is having animations like this, tier 2 only, for example, or tier 2 applicable. So that's one reward I was thinking about. But there isn't really much more I can do at the moment.
That's that. Just like that, okay?
So, I mean, I'm obviously open to suggestions. So if you have an idea, I'm willing to listen to it, even if it's a silly idea, because it could inspire a different idea. But in terms of different, more emotes, unless I'm missing something, that's not an option for me. Also, I am going to invest the revenue from Twitch back to the community. So at some point, I'm going to have a giveaway of some type. I think I'm going to be proven wrong. Give me 1 second, okay? I am going to assume those are the emote icons that were unlocked for a different tier. Is that what you're saying? I sent you a screenshot of another streamer's emote, so I'm thinking that you have the ability to unlock more. So I just discovered that if I push the touchpad, I can see the mobs that I've already assessed. So, little fun fact for you. Did I know that until recently? No, the answer is no, I did not. So there has to be a way. This is assuming that Twitch didn't change their settings. So like new channels, for example, can't have all those emotes.
Let's do this. Keep it up.
Ready or not, here I come. Hey, you ready?
Leave it to me.
Hey, you asked for it.
Give me a second, chat. I see it. There we go. Twitch affiliates and partners can unlock multiple emote slots with the number depending on subscription tiers and points earned. Okay. Affiliates start off with 5 emote slots and can unlock more by reaching subscriber milestones. Partners have more slots initially and can unlock even more by achieving subscribe. Okay, so essentially, I need my channel needs to grow before I can get you more emotes. That's essentially what that says. Because I have a very small channel right now. So. I only just reached affiliate, and I'm just hanging on to that number. I still don't quite know how to grow the channel. I'm still working on that detail. So, yeah, that's kind of my general situation. I can't open that door. But yeah, thanks for the info. It's good to know that I can actually get more emotes. I just need to grow the channel. I thought that was it. I was locked in. That's all the emotes I was able to get. I'm like, okay, I guess. So I think I outleveled this place. I feel like a lot of money just for one extra little... Yeah, I agree. So I'm wondering if Tier 2 for larger channels means more than just one extra emote. Maybe that's the case, which is why Tier 2 is not going to be I'll say a reliable possibility on my end. For now, at least. All right, so now that we are finally back to where we got turned around, let's see where we need to go. You're not going down that stairway. Criminy, that took so long. so long. And the thing is, the emote icon isn't even an animated one. It is a static image. So there's even less incentive to drop that much money. Even a tier 3, it is just... Oh, I gotta sell stuff. Even a tier 3 subscriber only gets one static image. Not increased resolution, just one static image. So the incentive, in my opinion, just isn't there. So I'm trying to figure out and think of different ways to incentivize people into make things worth it. Because if you want to be a supporter, great, love it. But if it's not worth it, if I don't feel it's worth it, you know, let's see, 24. If I don't think it's worth it, then I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to try to talk people into it, because that's just how I am. If I want to drop that much money on supporting someone, I want to make sure that it's worth it to me. If it's worth it to me, hopefully it's worth it to you. I hope that makes sense. I don't think I have any other... Yeah. Because I already appreciate you all just doing a follow, you know. I appreciate even more that you're willing to use your Amazon Prime subs on me. I really do appreciate that. So I want to like get you the emotes that you want. I want to get you the animations that you want. I want to get you the things that you want. So it's worth it to you. So you feel like it's not a waste. Which is why as soon as I reached affiliate and I realized that there's no reward for people using their Twitch Prime sub, the first thing I did after the stream was over was think about, design, draw, and create all those emotes and animations for you.
Over here! Sorry we're late.
You okay?
Yep.
Really worked up a sweat.
So, how'd recon go?
All clear. No nasty surprises and no materia.
Actually, we found some.
We managed to catch her before she could get as far as the reactor.
Which is the whole reason we're here. So hurry it up, or those hooded guys will beat us to it.
So, I just looked at the time, and we're past my soft limit. So let us go back, do one more achy bone sit. I can't do an achy bone sit. Oh my gosh, I can't even go to the menu. There we go, there we go. I was about to say, really, game? Really? There we go. There we go. That way the end screen has a little bit of background music, right? A little bit of background music. So, screen focus, camera focus. There we go. So that's kind of what's going on. I know there's a lot of updates, a lot of stuff, a lot of BS-ery. Just a lot. There's a lot going on right now, but I'm hoping I'm able to relay the information and talk to you about it, get your feedback. But chat, I am keenly interested in what do you think is a good, let's start with tier 1 reward and tier 2 reward. So I don't think anyone's going to go for tier 3 unless you're just straight up donating. I need to make things more rewarding, more worth it. So if you could think of something, let's talk about it, okay? Let me know. My ears are open for you, okay? I want to make it worth it for you, okay? But unless there's anything else, let's see. I agree. Yeah. Thanks for the info. And I agree. That's why I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm trying to go with one way or another. But if you have ideas, yeah, Celebrate. Yes, you finally got your celebrate emote. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. It's really difficult trying to get a black cat on a black background as emotes when you only have 112 pixels to work with. So, but that just about does it for this episode. If you enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, notifications, follow, thumbs up, comment, ring the bell. What do they want you to do? There's so much stuff they want you to do depending on what platform we work on, but it changes all the time, right? Check my website, JPEdgar.com. Outdated. Asterisk. Got my books. Asterisk. My blog. Asterisk. My merch. Asterisk. My stream schedule. Asterisk. And just a reminder, live streams and my libraries are all separate channels, and those links will be in the description. Thank you very much, everyone. Once again, coming in, making fun of me, keep me company. I really do appreciate it. But like always, more ridiculous to come.